So I've spent most of my adult years abroad, traveling to 60-something countries, building seven-figure online businesses in the education space, and ultimately, going on a journey of self-discovery and self-led education. It's been 60-something countries, and I've got to experience myself and life to a degree that most really don't. And now, I write a daily newsletter, and you can subscribe to that below in the description. And in this newsletter, I write daily, and I speak to a lot of people, a lot of people that are looking to make change, that are looking to, travel the world, go on their own journey of education and ultimately living beyond the education system, the school system, and, larger systems in play that, dictate what is common as far as living, working, and experiencing life. And so I write about this daily. It's free. You can subscribe below. But, I get a lot of questions, people replying, and I try to reply every now and again, and usually I'll reply to everyone and send it as an email. And this question comes up quite a fair bit, and so I thought I'd answer it here. It is, what about people who can't go on the journey and get away from their hometown due to commitments, family, problems, or responsibility? So I'm going to give you my thoughts right here. So firstly, there's nobody who can't go onto the journey into themselves. You truly don't need to travel the world to have a greater personal experience and to experience all of yourself. It can be done in one place. It can be done in this room right here. But what I will say is it definitely helps. Traveling the world is personal development, self-discovery on steroids. For so many different reasons, it provides an environment that allows you to change and transform much faster, much easier than staying in the environment that currently got you, to where you currently are. But the true thing that this question reveals is something much deeper. It's a much more prominent idea that's held and that is common, and it's the idea that there could ever be a reason for you to not be the number one priority in your life. The idea that you could ever owe anybody anything. The idea that you're expected to live your life in such a way that it'd be acceptable, understandable, encouraged, acknowledged, or allowed by anybody else, be that family, friends, or whatever other authority that you have placed above your own. And this may be a tough concept for a lot of people to receive. A lot of people may disagree. But the way that I have chosen to live my life is I am the most important person to me. I am my most pressing assignment. I am my greatest project. I am the person most worthy of my own love and attention. My love and attention was designed specifically for me to receive. There is no crisis, tragedy, emergency, obligation that comes before me in my life and the choices I make in creating my life. There's not a person that I owe a thing to. There is no one that I'm responsible for but me. I do not have a single commitment that is greater than my commitment to myself. See, the common idea in culture is that you need to be a quote-unquote good person. You need to do what's expected of you. You need to please others, help others, comfort others through whatever they're going through. You need to be there for people to support them through their shit, regardless of your own priority. And so ultimately, you live a life in the service of others and deny yourself. And this would be, well and good and understandable and honorable if it wasn't for this one truth that you actually can't help anybody anyway. Everybody is responsible for themselves. Everyone is the creator of their own life. And just because your family, a friend, or whoever decides to live in a certain way, you're not obligated to help or comfort them through it. It doesn't serve you. But the most important point here is it ultimately doesn't serve them. If you want to support the people that you love, the greatest gift that you could ever give them is the authentic expression of you and the highest expression of your own life. Because when you live authentically, what you actually do is invite everybody else around you to do the same. When you become the creator of your own life, you invite all the people around you to become the creator of theirs. When you wake up your own inner leader, when you become the authority of your life, when you walk forward with courage, without regard for how others will receive or perceive you, you invite everyone else around you to do the same. You're not responsible for the lives of others. You're not responsible for the emotions of others. You're not responsible for the health of others. You're not responsible for the situations that others have created in their lives. You're not responsible for anything or anyone but you. And yes, you can comfort people. You can make them feel better. You can acknowledge their pain and their supposed tragedy. And you can, nod to all the things that they want you to do in order to make themselves feel better. And yes, you can give them attention if you want. Chances are their pain and their suffering may be the only way that they know how to receive attention at all, because they don't know how to give it to themselves. But if you're here with a concern for truth, then you must know there's not a thing in the world that you can do to truly help someone, except for becoming the greatest, most authentic expression of what you are. All self-sacrifice is an alibi for self-service, a helpful excuse and a justification to avoid yourself and avoid confronting what it is that you really are and the greatness of the life that you want to live. Because to commit to you completely would be the most courageous thing that you could ever do with your life, without trying to hide behind or use the excuse of others in order to justify you not doing what you're truly here to do. Consider that. To receive yourself completely, you must first release everything else. And consider everything is available to you as it is to others. See, some have and some do not. This is not a lottery, but a choice. And you may say, but what about this, Jay? Have you thought about this example? Yes, I hear you. Some choices are more difficult than others. Some choices require a greater and longer level of commitment to appreciate and experience. Yet they're still choices towards the living invitation that you wish to create. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, obstacles do not block the way. They are the way. Learn how to navigate the way, and the way becomes you. And so, if you're looking at the desires that you have for your life, all the great things that you want to do, but in your head, you just hear but, responsibility, obligation. I'm here to tell you that you have no responsibility but yourself. You have no obligation but to yourself. And if you ask a little deeper, chances are those things are just an alibi to avoid confronting the size of what it is that you would truly like to create with your life.